Hi everyone. Let's start with ABT. Now, this week there was a swing. However, the swing was within the good range where it didn't break the RA level. And now we can see that it's staying above RB, which is good, very positive, I would say. So yes, APT looks good. BSV, there was second touch after bounce, but we can say it's a retest. So no harm done here, no harm done. And we can still consider this as consolidation. So this is still positive. When we look at BTC, we can look at BTC at a lower time frame first and then go higher time frame as we do. There was a quick dip. Let's understand this one. So that I think this has delayed, we can say, because of this dip like this. But there's no structural change, I would say. No structural change. Okay. What do we see here on 4 hour? 4 hour, we can see that uh, it has touched this zone, again a retest and then bounce. This was a quick drop after. See, this is what happens in the consolidation. The consolidation ends up with a breakout on the upside, and sometimes on the downside. That's why it's very important to understand the upper boundary and the lower boundary. So when you see this kind of a thing, you understand this box was added for a reason. The reason is simple that there is a range, and that this is called trading range, and this trading range is monitored. So in this case, it bridged the lower range and came down to this zone, blue zone, and then it actually went a little lower to retest this one, and then another retest, I would say, and then a bounce, and again a retest of this. So we can see that the whole entire consolidation is now actually bigger. So to put this in perspective, now this box can be removed, maybe, or maybe I'll just keep it. And what we have is very different structure, where I would just simply draw a line with this, or maybe I'll yellow line. Very simple. So this is a trajectory. This is a path, which is like an indicator indicating that it's moving up, and this is a yellow line now. So this was a point of rejection. This was a rejection. We can make it a little lower to cover other points. Yeah. And then this. So what we need is around 43K plus. If we get 43K plus, then it'll try to go up. In that case, we can extend this one, something like this, and then try to see if it can break above this level, because this was the point of rejection. So yellow line, which is 43K, 43,000, and then this upper line becomes the next close by resistance. Okay, and then once that is done, then the next one is 48K range. Very simple. So it's very easy to understand what BTC is doing. Let's look at 1 day time frame to get an idea that okay, now this consolidation, similar thing. Only thing is now we have more clarity because there's lesser noise. Sometimes we can hide and then try to see what is happening. We can see this was almost 70% recovery, almost 70% recovery. There was another dip, but we can see that this particular today's bounce is trying to recover this tiny loss. The whole entire consolidation is within this 43 to 40 to 43K range, $3,000 range in short. And this looks positive, right? This looks positive. So what happened is when this consolidation break ended up with a breakdown. However, there was a quick recovery, 70% recovery, I would say, and then the retest of that low, which didn't go and make new low, which is very positive. If this red candle was kind of threatening, but with today's bounce um, is a big relief in way, because if this would have gone below this, then probably we would have seen some major challenge. But here, this bounce looks good. So this bounce basically has to go higher, cross the 43K mark, and then later it has to cross 44,500 mark, and then it will go for R4 that we have, R5, yeah, R5, 48,000 each. So that's how it looks like. If you look at weekly, let's see weekly, if anything, weekly is amazing. Look at this. So weekly, on a weekly, this drop was a retest of this breakout. Remember, we had this white belt or zone, this orange zone, and the blue zone. And now that there's one more zone we have. This was added last week, remember. So what we have seen in this week was a quick retest of this blue zone, which is amazing. This is another good way to say that, like here it touched the orange and retested the white one, right? And there was a major attempt like that. This is like retest much earlier, didn't even reach there. So which is fine. It could happen. So this is a breakout retest, and then it should try to go up. So in other words, this week's low becomes a very important indicator. Means if this low is broken, then it could look for lower level. So at this moment, the price is here, not like below 40K. So there is no risk from that scenario. There's no such downside risk. Only if the this week's low is broken, then we have to think about lower level. At this moment, there is no sign of it. So we can simply say that it's recovering, and hopefully next week it will try to go for 48K range, which is this zone, 46 to 48K range. Here the numbers are not important. Here the ranges are important. Remember, it's not about exact number, it's about the range, because on a weekly, we track the zone and we track the trend, the direction that is important, and the direction is up, so we can extend this white line and say it's moving up, right? And then we are expecting it to be 48K. Of course, at 48K it could retrace again, and then we'll have to see how deep it retraces. If it retraces, maybe there is a consolidation here, and maybe then in that case it could go up higher. That is something we have to see. So yeah, after this retest, there is likely to be another test here around 46 to 48K range. If this is also broken above, then definitely it will look for the previous all-time high. In that case, it will be total recovery. Here we can say the recovery is around 70%, right? Just 65%, 67% maybe, but it's getting close, which is good. Anything above 50 is good in a way. So this is encouraging, right? And above 50K would be excellent. So that's how it looks like, which is very positive. This is another layout we know of. Remember, this was a roadblock and this was a roadblock. It broken above, which is amazing. There's a dip, but this dip was not deep enough and didn't go below this yellow line, which is good. So this is another layout which indicates that no harm done. This is part of the game. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 green candles, and this is a one red candle. But this red candle is so tiny. If you look at it, this red candle is not settling near 40K. Remember, this red candle is actually recovering and going higher. So this is very positive. In fact, more than 50% of weekly loss is recovered, right? So which is very encouraging. So from all the perspectives, there's nothing wrong with BTC at this moment. Rather, it is very strong. Rather, there's no way we can say there is any kind of weakness at this moment. This kind of dip is okay, very normal, very normal. In fact, after 8 such strong candles, there's a tiny drop which is nothing, not even broken this weekly candle. See, this drop is whole and is actually part of the prior weeks. So that's why it's nothing. So absolutely no worries. The next one is Doge. Now let's get back to Doge. So Doge has retraced at the required level, which is resistance, which makes sense. You can see that this is making progress. So there's nothing wrong about it. Ethereum is it has reacted near R2, which makes sense. which makes sense. So there's no strong breakout at this moment. Having said that, this drop was BTC driven, as we know. It's a copy of BTC. FET is now breaking above. Remember, previous 2 weeks, like last 2 weeks, it consolidated, but now it's breaking above, which is amazing. This is following this green path. That's what we wanted to see, and we are seeing that. So that's amazing. Filecoin is getting stronger. It had dip, it consolidated, but look at this 11% bounce is very encouraging. So it's heading up. This is good. FDM is also making progress. Green candle making slow progress here in this week. However, if you look at the overall recovery process, it's very positive. So it's heading for this zone that we know 0.55 and above. And this is like completing this pattern, which is amazing. INJ is one of the strongest ones. It broke above, as we indicated last time. Last week, it had this breakout, right? And then it broke. So basically, it hits the resistance and going above. I'll share the next level. There's no need to worry about R2, no hurry. Okay. Even if you are, sometimes, you have to follow the support and focus on the support. I would say when I say follow means, my bad. I mean the focus. So it should not go below R1 or it should not go below S1. That's how one has to think about. Okay. There's nothing to worry about what is next and all. Anyway, I'll give it. I didn't mean that I won't give it, but it's not that important. That's what I mean. Supports are very important. So INJ is looking amazingly well. This is all-time high, my friends. This is all-time high. INJ has made all-time high. It's so awesome. It's awesome. So this is like total recovery, new all-time high, another leg up. What else we need in life? Amazing. CAS has touched the support, not broken. It's okay. It's consolidating. As I mentioned, it has one more support at 0.078. So it has plenty of room. So there is nothing to worry on its trend from its trend point of view. Linkcoin is consolidating. There was an failed attempt. So this consolidation goes on. It looks like it could spend a week or two and then break out towards R4. So this is still very positive. Matic is getting some momentum here. It has some resistance. We know that this is resistance, right? Prior support is resistance, so it could take some time. But once this is broken about, it will look for R1, which is very good. RNDR, we know it's one of the strongest coins, right? It has touched R2, right? It's perfect from R1 to R2. Look at the journey. Break above, retest the R1, and then hitting the R2. This is perfect, like technical move. Once this, and it reacted near this R2, which makes sense. Now, now it's trying to break above. It's trying to break above and then look for. So I'll give you R3 very soon. There's no need to hurry. Looking very positive. Rune has retested R3 after hitting R4. Even if it touches R2, no harm done. I'm not saying it will touch, but even if it touches, there's no harm done because the trend is super strong. Anyway, it bounced off this R3 and then it will look for R4 again and then previous all-time high. Awesome. SOL is in momentum. It has retested R4 and now heading for R5. So once this is broken about, I'll give you R6. But it's similar story that R6 is going to be close to the prior, this one, March 2022, April 22 level, which is like 100 plus. So, but I think there could be R6 could be a little lower than that. I would not say 130 at this moment, but anyway, I'll give you the exact number. TIA has made a new all-time high. So again, I'll have to provide you R3 for this one. R3 is just for reference, as I said. Ultimately, the focus has to be on the strength, and the strength is good. Super strong, in fact. So R3 is just a mental piece. I mean, resistance, as I said. Focus should be on weaknesses. So there's no weakness, so there's no issue. So when we look at all these coins are super strong. Out the list we have is pretty awesome, I would say. So yeah, um, that's it from my end because everything is good. There is nothing much to add because when we are healthy, what else do we talk about, right? When the things are not good, then we have to think about a lot. It is there's absolutely nothing wrong. So that's why I think this is perfect holiday times, So enjoy yourself. All the best to everyone. See you next week. Thanks, everyone.